Hey guys, thanks for joining me for today's mat class. For today, you're going to need two pieces of equipment. You're going to need a sticky mat, or you can do it on a carpeted floor, but you do want to have some kind of padding. And then the second piece of equipment that you're going to need is either a folded up towel, like so, or a more traditional yoga strap. You can use a belt or a t-shirt, but having the extra length of a strap or of a towel is going to make things a little bit easier. I also have on a watch so I can keep track of the time, but you don't have to worry about that. So, taking your strap or your towel, I'm going to use the strap. You're going to make it just a little bit thick, right? So not super duper tight, but thick enough, because you're going to put it under your lower back, just above your hips, as you lay down on the ground. And I'm going to scoot up so you can still see me. On the ground, like so. So you want the strap in a place where you can feel it under you, but you're not pressing down into it super duper hard. You're going to take your hands, you're going to make a triangle, like so. Your fingers are going to go on your pubic bone, and your thumbs are going to be up by your belly button. Palms are going to relax on your hip bones. So, while you're here, take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. A couple more breaths just like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You're going to keep your hands on your pelvis, and you take an inhale. I want you to exhale. You're going to pull your belly button away from your hands, but you're not going to press your lower back into the mat. And relax. Inhale again. And exhale. Pull the belly button away. Only the muscles move. Your skeleton stays in one place. And relax. Go ahead and do that about 2 more times. So whenever I or any other Pilates instructor talks about pulling your navel into your spine, this is what they're talking about, this really deep abdominal muscular contraction without a corresponding movement of your pelvis. So now we're going to add on to it a little bit. Hands are still on the pelvis. Take a deep inhale. I want you to exhale, pull that belly button in, and now you're going to consciously press your lower back into the ground. So you should feel the pressure from that strap onto your lower back and release. If you have to move the strap up a little bit, that's okay. We're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, abdominals pull in, lower back flattens out, and if you steal a glance at your hands, you will see that they are now tilted this way. Your fingertips are up and back to the center, and as you move back to the center, you'll feel them flatten out. So you want your hands in a nice flat position here. It's what's called neutral pelvis. You'll hear me talk about it a lot. Inhale. You're going to exhale, pull the navel in, flatten out the spine. You're going to tilt that pelvis back, pressing the lower back into the ground. This is called a posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale, back to the center. And we're going to go the opposite way now. So I want you to exhale. I want you to press your tailbone down into the ground so much that you feel your back come off the ground here. So now you're in an anterior tilt, and your thumbs are higher than your fingers. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale again. Press that pelvis down and arch off the floor. And back to the center. We hardly ever spend any time in an anterior tilt in Pilates, but it's very important to have an idea of what that feels like so you can know when you're doing it and then correct it. All right, but enough talking. Let's get moving. So, hands on the ground. That strap or that towel in a perfect spot under your back. Reaching those fingertips down towards your feet. Take an inhale. You're going to exhale, pull the abdominals in. Press the pelvis down into the floor. And then pressing down through the heels and the feet. So much. You're going to begin to roll the pelvis up. Make sure you're looking up at the ceiling as you get a little higher. Don't look at me. When you feel the weight evenly distributed across the shoulder blades, take an inhale. And you're going to exhale, reverse. You're going to go down, 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 walking the spine back down to the ground until you come all the way back to that neutral pelvis. And you can place your hands on your hips and take a quick look if you need to check. Hands down, reach those fingertips towards your feet. Inhale to hold still. Exhale, abdominals pull in. Flatten out against the mat. And lift the hips one vertebrae at a time. Rolling up till you're in a nice position with the weight distributed across the shoulders. Glutes are squeezing. Inhale to hold. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. I'm going a little quick. And all the way back down. We're going to keep on going just like that, and then we'll add on. Inhale to hold. Exhale, abdominals draw in first. That navel pulls into the spine. Flatten out against the floor. That lower back imprints. And then one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and roll up. Feel those glutes engage. Hands can press down into the ground. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale, articulate down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Good. Couple more. Inhale at the bottom to hold. Exhale, flatten that spine, roll it up nice and slow. Squeeze those glutes. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Try to leave those hips up as long as you can. They'll be the last thing to touch. You can see all the way back down to the bottom, coming back into that nice neutral position. One more. Inhale. I'll move my hands out to the side a little bit here so you can see what my hips are doing a little bit more clearly. Inhale to hold. Exhale. Flatten out. And then roll it up as slow as you can, one vertebrae at a time. Hold when you get to the top. Inhale. Exhale. Spine re-articulates one vertebrae at a time. Upper back, middle back, and then as you get into your low back, you want to try to keep this engaged as long as possible. This is what my pelvis is doing here, and then it rolls back down all the way to a nice flat position. From here, go ahead and take your hands. You're going to put them behind the head. Inhale to hold, still right here. Exhale, don't do anything, just check and see what your pelvis is doing. If it's imprinted, if it's flat onto that towel or onto that strap, try to get it a little bit flatter. There may be a little space, about 30% under your lower back and the mat, just a little. Move the strap up a bit. So, now that you're all situated, hands behind the head, inhale to hold. You're going to exhale. You're going to lift your head, neck, and torso up off the ground. You're only going about as high as your bra strap. You don't have to curl up super duper high. It's a very small movement, actually. And back down. Inhale. Exhale. Abdominals draw in. This is where you pull those abdominals in. You're pulling that navel to your spine without imprinting on the ground. Curl up. And back down. Inhale. Exhale, abdominals draw in. Curl it up. Elbows are out wide. You don't want to crank down on that head, right? And back down. We're going to keep on going just like that. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. And curl it up. Back down. Got about 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. curl up, navel's pulling in super duper strong. Back down. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, curl it up. Back down. If the neck begins to hurt, you can use your mat as a sling. Curl up like so, and down. Curl up, and down. Exhale, and down. I'm going to do one more without the sling. And exhale, up and down. So we're going to add on to that. We're just going to do, you're going to curl up, you're going to rotate to one side, come back to the center, and then go back down. So same exact thing, hands behind the head. And if you don't want to add the rotation, that's totally fine. Feel free to keep on doing the regular chest lift that we were just practicing. So inhale to hold. Exhale, abdominals draw in, curl up, keeping the elbows wide. You're going to rotate just a little bit towards one direction. Come back to the center and down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Rotate other direction. Back to the center and down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Rotate ribs only. Hips stay very, very still. Back to the center and down. Exhale, curl up. Rotate, center, and down. Curl up. Rotate, center, and down. Every time you exhale and curl up, you're pulling that navel in. Rotate, center, and down. We've got a couple more on each side. Exhale, curl up. Rotate, center, and down. Exhale, up. Rotate, keep those elbows open. Don't allow them to close in on your ears. You're welcome to try doing this with the mat sling method as well to support the head. All right, one more in each direction. Exhale, curl it up, rotate, center, and down. Exhale, curl up, rotate, center, and down. All right, stretch it out nice and long. Stretch out those abs. So you're going to slide that strap out from under you or your towel out from under you. You're going to loop it around your feet like so, around one foot, and then around the other foot. And you're going to stretch it out nice and long. You're going to inhale at the bottom. Exhale, navel pulls in. You're going to curl up, and then you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time as you pull those knees up. So everything comes up at once. I'll scoot back a little bit so you guys can see. So you're up here. Abs are still pulled in. Shoulders are dropped. You're going to inhale at the top. You're going to exhale. Roll it back. Stretch everything out. Use your strap here to help you control that descent on the way down. And relax. Inhale. Exhale. Curl up. Use your strap. Let it pull. Well, you're not letting it. You're actively pulling yourself up, right? And knees come in at the top. Inhale. Exhale. Those deep abdominals contract. And articulate down as much as possible. Lengthen it out. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Chest lifts. Knees begin to bend. And roll it up. Inhale at the top. And exhale back down. If your lower back feels like one solid brick on the way down, you're not alone. It's not a bad thing, but it's definitely something that will improve with practice. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Articulate up. One vertebrae at a time. Exhale, roll it back down. One more, we're going to stay up at the end of this one. Inhale, exhale, articulate up nice and slow. Good. And stay up at the top. Go ahead and put your strap off to the side. So, for this one, you're going to scoot your legs close to you. Make sure there isn't anything behind you that you can hit. You can grab either under the thighs or on top of your shins. Just don't grab onto your kneecaps. Let's start with the hands under the thighs. So, you're going to walk your feet closer and closer to you until you're balanced basically on your butt. You're going to pull your abs in, relax the shoulders. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, roll back about halfway down your back and come back up. Try to keep your feet off the floor. You're only rolling down to about here. You don't want to roll back so far that you get weight here. Not healthy. So inhale, exhale, roll it back and up. Try to keep those feet off the floor. Exhale, roll it back and up. Inhale, exhale, roll it back and up. Couple more. Exhale, back and up. Two more. Roll it back, up. Uno más. Inhale, exhale, roll it back. Just try to keep those feet off the floor. We're going to walk it back nice and slow. Woo. Well, slower than that, ideally. All right. Keep your feet up. They're going to be in what's called a tabletop position, which means that my knees are over my hips and my shins are at a 90-degree angle to the ground. They're not up and they're not down. Place your hands behind your head. We're going to do this series with a curl up. If your neck begins to hurt, you can complete the series with your head on the floor also. That's totally fine. Inhale. Go ahead and exhale, curl up. Hands are going to go on the knees or behind the head if the neck begins to ache. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale. Inhale. Exhale, extend the opposite leg. Inhale. Exhale out and in. Exhale. Good. Every time that you exhale, you're thinking about pulling that navel into your spine. Your lower back here is going to be pressed down into the mat. Exhale. Exhale. Keep on going. If your neck begins to bother you, you can simply relax it down on the ground and do a couple more with me right here. We'll do one more on each side. Extend the right leg and extend the left leg. And then carefully with control, one foot down, other foot down. Whew. Relax, take a bit of a breather. Adjust your clothes if you need to. So, we're going to add on to that a little bit. Legs come up. Hands are going to go behind the head. Inhale and exhale, curl up. Extend one leg out. You're going to rotate. Bring it back. Everything comes back to the center. Exhale, opposite leg extends. Rotate towards the foot that's up. Back to the center. Exhale and inhale. We're going to keep on going just like this. As you twist, try to prevent this leg from coming in a lot. It's very hard to do. Take some practice, but the idea is you're isolating as much as possible only the limbs that are moving. Keep on going just like that. Relax it back down, 1 foot down at a time. Beautiful. To give your abs a bit of a break, we're going to go back to doing some legs. So it's going to be similar to the lift we were doing in the beginning of the class where you rolled up, held, and then you rolled back down through your spine. We're going to make it a little bit more interesting. So hands on the ground, you're going to inhale, exhale, abdominals pull in, flatten out the spine, roll it up about halfway. Lift the right leg up a little bit, exhale, inhale down, exhale, left leg lifts, and down, inhale, exhale, leg lifts, and down. So you're always exhaling as the leg comes up. On the effort is where you exhale. Inhale to hold, down, keep on going just like that, and down, and roll it down. From there, go ahead and take your handy strap or your towel. I'm going to lay back down, flip it over 1 foot. Super important. Elbows stay relaxed on the ground, head is relaxed on the ground. Leg that's up can be bent or almost straight. There's no pressure to have it perfectly straight. If that means it's down there a little bit, that's okay. You want to feel a good stretch down the back of your leg, and I'm going to time us. Breathe, hold nice and deep. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. Ideally, your lower back is not quite imprinted onto the mat, but if it is, bend the knee a little bit and lower the leg down. You want to isolate the stretch through the hamstring as much as possible. Go ahead and switch legs, bring that leg down, switch feet, and up we go. I'm a fan of keeping the opposite leg bent on the ground. I think it helps keep the pelvis in a much better spot. Good work. One more breath. All right. Go ahead and relax that leg down. I'm going to take your strap, loop it in half. It's going to go under the right thigh, like so. Left leg is going to cross over. Keeping the head relaxed, I want you to pull your legs towards you. Allow the strap to do the work, right? You should feel the stretch in the hip of the outer of the leg that's on the top. And stay here. Nice deep breaths. If you're doing the opposite side as I am, don't worry, we're going to switch sides too, so you'll get a chance to do them both. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch sides. So, strap is going to go under the left leg now. Right leg is going to go under the top. You guys are going to pull this in and hold. I will time you. You've got about 30 seconds. Keep stretching. Keep stretching. Apologies. Anyway, where were we? Just like this. Here we go. You've got about 15 more seconds. Keep pulling. 3, 2, 1, and relax. put your strap to the side. You're gonna roll over onto your side. Let's start by rolling over onto the right. You're gonna be in a banana shape, or a crescent moon shape, or a croissant shape, whatever your favorite food is, right? So your feet are gonna be in front of your hips. Head is relaxed. You're gonna take this top leg, you're gonna stretch it down nice and long so that your top foot is reaching past your bottom foot. Ribs, you can see through my shirt, are pulling up off of the floor. You're going to take that top foot, you're going to reach it forward, and you're going to reach it behind you, squeezing your glutes, and bring it forward, and bring it back. Try to keep it at a nice even level as you move through space. Forward and back. Abs are still pulled in nice and tight. Keep it reaching. Every time it passes over that bottom foot, you're trying to make it a little bit longer. Good. Last one, forward and back. All right, you're going to keep it up. You're going to tap it in front of your bottom foot, and then tap it behind your bottom foot. Tap it in front of the foot and behind. Keep on going just like that. Tap and tap. Try to turn your heel up so your foot's more like this than like that. You want that heel up. You're going to tap 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. From here, bend the knees. Keep those ribs lifting up off the ground. Gluing the ankles together, you're going to shift that top hip forward so that top knee is in front just a little bit of that bottom knee. Open the knees, keep the ankles together. Squeeze your glute, especially the one on top here, and back down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Abdominals are still pulled in. Shoulders are down. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guess what? We get to do the whole thing on the other side. So flip it over. You can just roll over if you can still see the screen, but I need to look at you. So I'm going to be flipping over this way. Again, banana shape. Curve it out so those feet are in front of your hips. If you look down, you should see an angle at your hip. You're going to reach that top hip down and out. Ribs pull up. Top leg comes up. You're going to take it forward, and you're going to take it back. And you're going to take it forward, and you're going to take it back. Ideally, you're going to exhale as it comes forward. Inhale as it goes back. The breathing here can get a little confusing, so as long as you're moving and you're breathing, it's the most important thing. Keep it going, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Last time, forward and back. Bring it directly over that bottom leg. You're going to tap it in the front and then tap it in the back. Tap it in the front, tap it in the back, tap it in the front, tap it in the back. Keep on going, just like this. 4, 3 at the second side is usually more challenging than the first side. Last one, I hope, and relax that top leg. Bending the knees. Whew, that feels good. Lift those ribs up off the ground. Front knee comes forward. Open those knees, squeezing the ankles together. Contract through that glute here at the top and back down. And lift and lower and lift and lower. Good work. Keep on going just like that. Shoulders are down, those abdominals are still pulled in. I'm definitely feeling this right down through here. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. Whew. All right, so from here you're going to stretch it out. You're going to roll over onto your stomach like so. You're going to take your hands, you're going to reach them behind down towards your feet. You're going to pull your abs in and up. So if you watch my lower back here, I'm just relaxed. When I contract my abdominals, it lengthens out a little bit. I still have a slight curve, right? That natural curve, but it's supported muscularly by the front of my abs, of my abdominal wall. That's super important. So from here, hands are reaching down, palms are touching the seams of my pants. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale, pull those abdominals in. Think about lifting the belly button up off the floor. Lift everything up. And we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. That's 1. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3. Inhale. Exhale. That's 4. Keep reaching. Last one. Inhale and exhale. That's 5. Go ahead and relax. Turn your head one way. I'm looking at you, but you can look any way you want. Hands are going to go out to the side. We're going to do the same thing just with the arms out by the sides. They can be at a 90-degree angle or slightly in between. Inhale to hold. You're going to exhale, pull those abdominals in and up. Squeeze your glutes. Lift everything up off the floor. 5 breaths. 5. Reach, reach, reach. And 4. Reach, reach, reach. And 3. Reach, reach, reach. And 2. Reach, reach, reach. Last one. And down. Go ahead and come onto all fours. Knees under the hips, wrists under the armpits. You're just going to gently rock back and forth. Allow the lower back to relax. Return to normal, do whatever it wants to do. And then from here, go ahead and sit your hips back onto your heels and walk your fingers out away from your armpits and relax your head down. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Okay, so you're going to come onto all fours. I'll scoot back so you can see. Knees right under the hips, wrists right underneath the armpits. You're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale, tuck the pelvis under, so you're coming into that posterior pelvic tilt. Keep rounding up through the back, press the floor away, drop the head. Inhale back through the center, pause. And then exhale, you're going to reach the chest forward and through. The lower back is just along for the ride. It just relaxes. You don't need to crank it or actively really try to contract through those muscles. Think about lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders down and away, back to the center. Inhale to hold. Exhale, abdominals draw up and in. Press the floor away, round the back. Inhale through the center. Exhale, lift through the chest. Back to the center. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale, draw it up. Exhale, down. Couple more times. Exhale. Abdominals pull in super duper tight here. Inhale back to the center. Abdominals still pull in super duper tight to support you as you lift the chest. Back to the center. Take it up. And down. Good. We'll do that a couple more times. Last one. By a couple, I meant one. Take it up. Down. Good. All right, so from here, you're going to leave your hands right where they are. Walk your feet back maybe 6 inches. And then you're going to shift the weight forward, pulling up through those abdominals. Shoulders are right over the armpits. And you're going to hold it here. I'm going to time us. Beautiful. I'm going to time us. So this is a modified front plank position with your navel pulled into your spine. We're going to stay here. If you want to make it more challenging, you can always tuck your toes, straighten out your legs, and hang out here. You can go back and forth between the two. The only difference is that the knees are on the ground in one and they're not on the ground in the other. You're doing great. You've got about 10 more seconds. Breathe nice and deep. Keep those abdominals pulling in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back onto all fours. And shake it out. From here, we're going to take that rest position one more time. And sit back. Go ahead and come up. You're going to have a seat in front of me. You're going to cross your legs like so. You're going to take the leg that's in front, put it outside of that knee on the floor. Your hip is up. And then very gently, you're going to work that hip down towards the ground. If it doesn't go all the way down, you can see my hip here. It's not quite all the way down. That's okay. You want to feel a stretch through here. I'm going to face this way again. If your hip does go all the way to the ground, that's great. You want to try to pull the abdominals in and sit up nice and tall so you aren't collapsed and slouching, right? So we've got about 10 more seconds of this stretch. Sit up nice and tall, breathe nice and deep. This the bottom foot here can either be parallel to the edge of the yoga mat, or you can pull it in closer towards you. Whichever one's more comfortable, that's what really counts. So we're going to switch legs. So now I was just doing the right leg. So the right leg goes under, left leg goes over, hips off the floor, and then work it down to wherever you feel comfortable. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's check the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, right, you don't ever want to stretch to be all the way up at a 10, the most painful thing that you've ever felt in your entire life, right? But if it's at a 1, then you can't feel it at all. So usually you want something in the middle. I would say between a 5 to a 6, maybe a 6.5. Anything over that is not going to really get you a better stretch. It's not going to be more effective. All it's going to do is just increase your risk of injury and really hurt and not be fun at all. And like, exercise is hard enough. So keep it nice and moderate. And look at that. All right, go ahead and shake it out. Shake out the legs. You can sit however you want to. Cross the legs. Feet out. Whatever you want. Thank you very much for sharing your, for me it's evening, but for you guys it might be in the morning, taking the time to work through this with me. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I will see you later. Stay well and healthy. Bye, guys.